Hey everybody, real quick, this is my take. I'm seeing a lot of people post videos about urban and city survival in the event that there's, raw or shit hits the fan or zombie apocalypse or civil unrest or nuclear war, whatever the case may be. I've seen a lot of urban and city survival videos. So this is going to be my quick take on it. First of all, I want to start by saying this looks like a lot of stuff, but it's really not. Because everything here is broken down into categories, and most of the stuff closes into its own container. Like, for instance, my fire kit. Looks like it takes up a lot of space, but it's actually just in that airtight container, and once it closes into a much smaller space. Everything here fits comfortably in my 511 tactical bag, which is gray man, by the way. It doesn't look too tactical or tactical. It doesn't scream, hey, I've got gear, come rob me. It's just a regular old bag that does a lot of stuff. Anyways, I'm going to jump right in now. First of all, I'm just going to hit the basics here. Medical. Here's my medical bag. Everything you can imagine is in there, including medication. I have narcotics in there. I don't condone or advocate anybody getting narcotics illegally. I had a couple from a surgery left over, so I closed them in tin foil and then put it in an airtight container so that it stays good. But it's just to stave off shock, if, in the event somebody or myself suffer a traumatic injury or whatever. But everything you can think of is in there, including ear protection. And I got the Z-fold gauze right there, the Celox. And I've got another smaller kit, medical kit, with some fishing supplies in there. You can see them in there. I got hooks, bobber, I got sinkers, swivels, a little multi-tool, and that covers medical and fishing, just in case I need some more calories. On top of that, I've got this mosquito repellent band, and then I've got this dust mask that's got the activated charcoal inserts for obvious reasons. My fire kit that I've already showed you, I've got shavings from Osage orange in there, so it's nice, hard, hot, burning wood, and it lights right up. Obviously I got 2 lighters. You see a lot of people with these intricate, expensive fire starting kits. Keep it basic, man. 2 Bic lighters. And in case it's cold or they get wet and you got to wait for them to dry, you got a striker right there. I got matches, and in there is a ferro rod. You can't see it, but I attached it to that paracord so that you don't lose it. Okay? Water. I got there you go. I got the old squeezer, Life Straw as a backup, potable tablets. Water bottle, lightweight, takes up no space, can fill it just about anywhere, and I can attach the squeeze to that. Nice and fast, quick and easy. Communications. I've got a little notebook here. I've got a pen, a Sharpie. I've got my little cheapo little compass there that, however accurate it is, I don't know, but it will do the job. It'll point north. I've got a ham radio here, full charge, 2 different antennas in it, and it's ready to go. And I've got some frequencies written down, some key frequencies written down in that book for the ham radio. Communications. You want to stay in communication with people. After the dust settles, people are going to be looking for survivors. Obviously, use your discretion on it to avoid being tricked. But yeah, and in the event that the military are performing a rescue, They're going to be broadcasting on the emergency channel. You've got a ham radio that's going to pick it up. You're probably going to have to, go to the top of a building or on top of a hill or whatever to use it to receive transmissions. But depending on where you are, anyways, if you're in the city, then you're probably going to have to go up one of the highest buildings you can find. And then here I've got 2 ponchos, just cheapo little ponchos I got at Kmart. They work fine. They'll do the job. Underneath that, I've got a big, 8x8 Tyvek sheet. That's good for if I find a spot that I need to sleep in. I can lay that down. If the ground's nasty or wet or dusty, I could just drop that down, and I got standard wool blanket there. That covers that. And now here's a subject that you see hardly anybody talk about. Okay? Excuse the mess, by the way. You hardly see anybody discuss this. They've got all kinds of gear and ideas and ways to survive, but nobody talks about mental health, your sanity. After a couple months out there, especially if you don't find a group and you're alone, even if you're with another person, without people, the human being they mentally disintegrate. And that, well, we know where that leads. So, anyways, I've got right here, I've got the Holy Bible and a zippered little leather binder to keep it, to protect the pages. I think that's awesome. Inside, I've got a small magnifying glass, so I can, if I need it to be able to read the text. And the magnifying glass doubles as a fire starter. I've got an iPod. All right, I forget the size of it, whatever it is, but it's got a lot of music. All my favorite music is on there. Important. You don't think about these things while you're making your bug out bag or your get home bag. Important. Your mental health. You start to get stir crazy, or if you got to hunker down for a long time and you start to get, cabin fever, music can go a long way. Soothes the soul. Just saying. And then obviously, U.S. Constitution. That's always good to have. Always good to know. Right there. Especially after, civil, after the breakdown of society or whatever. You've got a reference. A reminder of what the standards that we're supposed to live up to. And that goes hand in hand with this. When all else fails, deep and down inside in your heart what's right. Okay. I've got a personal solar charger. It weighs nothing. You might be thinking, wow, he's got a lot of stuff. Hey, this is the basics, I'm just covering the basics right here. What's going to happen a month after these batteries run out? It's not going to last forever. You've got this. This right here will charge this. That will keep those running. Flashlights. It'll keep the ham radio running. Hey, this is all stuff you got to consider. It weighs nothing. I can literally strap that to my backpack and just go, and it'll charge. And the cords I have a bag full of long cords of everything. By the way, that's a backup battery bank with 4 ports in it, so I can charge 4 different items at once on a full charge. So during the day when I'm not using anything, or while I'm using anything, I can have this running, charging that up, and then at night when these start to run out, or that starts to go low, I can just plug them into that. Just stuff to think about. Obviously, I've got knives. I've got my self-defense, and it's also good for a lot of things. And I've got my basic utility folder by Spyderco. And then I've got one for finer work. This little spew, I believe it's called. And then I have a lightweight, compact little diamond sharpener that covers everything. Multi-tool, obviously. And then I've got a little bar here. Wonder bar, whatever it's called. I think Stanley makes it. If I need to breach, If I need to, I need to take shelter quickly, and, there's a metal door in my way and I need to get inside, bang, just use that. If I need to break glass to get, supplies out of an abandoned vehicle, there it is. Obviously. Right here, this right here is a titanium pot, and it's got a little gas stove in there. And it's got some food, like some basics. I've got, lightweight stuff, some teas, just some stuff. And then this one is the same thing. I've got paracord in there. This is a Stanley cook pot, paracord, and I have some other food in there. All right, you guys saw my fire. I've got this 72-hour kit. That's just to get me through the first couple of days, or, if you have other people, you grab another one. It doesn't really weigh that much, and you've got 2-3 days worth of decent calories that don't taste that bad, to be honest with you. Got a lot of people that say, oh, just get a Glock, or make sure you got a revolver or a Glock. Listen, the last thing you want in an urban city situation is to be going bang bang. You're going to announce where you are. You're going to bring unwanted attention to you, and people are going to know, oh, there's a firearm over there. Let's get together. Let's especially if you fire twice. The first shot, they know their general direction. The second shot, they know exactly where you are. So for the purpose of this video, because I'm not saying whether or not I own firearms. For the purpose of this video, I'm showing a taser. It's a quieter option. And it's, if you need to defend yourself and you don't want to kill somebody, I know I'm going to get a lot of messages about that. Oh, if you got to defend yourself, you use a gun. Well, no. This is my choice in my video. And in there is another silent option. I've got a monkey fist with a nice big huge ball bearing on it that will incapacitate an attacker. Guaranteed. So, moving right along. Trading. After a while, you're going to need trading. I've got a lot of these lighters, by the way, in another bag. That's a good bartering tool right there. I've got these as a bartering tool. A lot of seed packets in there. It's loaded. And this weighs nothing. But it's loaded with seeds. I mean, here's a list of all the seeds you're going to get in there. And this is good for bartering, I'm telling you. And here's another good bartering tool. Silver. I don't know why that penny's there. That's funny. Silver. That's packed full of silver dimes. Bartering tool. Okay. Other basic stuff. So I have my packable little Eddie Bauer down jacket. Cost me $80. Worth a lot more. It is warm. This jacket is lightweight and it is warm. In case I need a little extra protection, there you go. I have my wool blend hat, wool scarf, my boonie hat, sun protection. I've got I have one bandana. I've got a multi-clava by Eddie Bauer. All right, I got my mechanics gloves, reinforced fingers, and here's a really important one. A lot of people don't discuss this one either. What kind of shoes you're wearing? Well, think about the situation. You're in a urban city environment, all right? Chances are there's going to be a lot of debris and rubble. There's going to be hazards. There's going to be chemicals on the ground, embers. You could be having to walk through like burning embers and ash. All right, these are a pair of Keen boots. They cost me $140. Yeah, they're a bit expensive. Worth every penny. They are waterproof all the way up to this point right here. Completely waterproof. Reinforced toe, not steel toe. I don't like steel toe for a few reasons. First of all, if you get cold and you're wearing steel toes, your feet are going to freeze, guaranteed. Secondly, reinforced toes are they take quite an impact to make them flex, but once they flex, they will move back a little bit. So say you're wearing a pair of steel toes and a beam drops on your foot. Those steel toes are going to clamp. they're going to crimp. And guess what's going to happen to half of your foot? Yep. Anyways, yeah, they are slip resistant, oil resistant, electrical hazard, the whole 9 yards. Indestructible. Beat the hell out of them and your feet are going to stay protected. And they're pretty warm. All right, so that pretty much covers my bag. Like I said, it looks like I got a lot of shit to get into that one bag, but it fits comfortably with some space. Okay, like I said, most of this stuff closes into their own little sacks and they fit nice and neat in there. But anyways, this is my take on it. I mean, this isn't I'm not saying it's the end all best 100%. I mean, everybody's got their twists. Everybody's going to say I need something. But yeah, this is it. I mean, with a little bit of common sense, remember that mental health matters. Mental health matters. Have something to entertain yourself. All right, I got that iPod over there packed full of music, all my favorites. I got a Holy Bible to occupy my mind, to ground me, to keep you grounded, to remind you of your humanity. Holy Bible, right over there. All right. I got a means to keep my stuff charged. I've got a solar kit right there. I've got a backup battery bank that I can charge while I'm, not using it or whatever. I mean, this is all stuff that, in the pack altogether, weighs about 15 to 20 pounds, believe it or not. I mean, most of this stuff is not heavy. I mean, the heaviest item I've got is that wool blanket, and it weighs a pound. So we're looking at about 15 to 20 pounds total weight, which is doable by most people. Anyways. So there you have it, man. Leave a comment. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more stuff, a lot more common sense stuff coming your way.